What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I just want to focus in on the Calgary Flames 2016-2017 season preview, as Calgary will be looking to bounce back and get into the playoffs after missing last season. Why did I wait so long to do the Flames? The Johnny Gaudreau situation is a big reason why. We're going to do this piece in make-believe land where Gaudreau is signed. Just humor me with this. And if something develops, whatever, fine. But we're going to operate on the pretense that Johnny Gaudreau is signed, steal, delivered. Deal. Good. Obviously, Gaudreau and Sean Monahan have amazing chemistry. Monahan's the kind of big center you want and needed to succeed in the Western Conference. Johnny Gaudreau is the perfect offensive winger for today's NHL and is one of the best scorers in the league. He's proven it. Beyond those two, I could sit here and talk about them all day, but there are other forwards in Calgary, believe it or not. I like Michael Frolik. He's got that winning lineage with him from Chicago. I love Sam Bennett. I like Michael Backlund. Troy Brouwer was a nice acquisition. They really got a good Chicago connection going on, even though Frolik and... Yeah, they did. They put it together a little bit in the 2010-2011 season. Right on that one off the top of my head. But, you look at those guys. You look at Chiasson, Ferland, even, Brouwer to a certain degree. You've got some nice... meat in the lineup, if you will, that can go out there and bring physical presence and open up time and space for your more skilled guys. I think that's a good dynamic to have in Chicago, in Calgary. Talk about the Blackhawks once and they poison my brain. Go figure. So I like this forward group. Very talented crew up front. Physicality, skill, veteran experience, youthful legs, and Matt Tkachuk. Tkachuk gives you a little bit of everything, and despite being all of 18 years old, I think he's going to stick with the Flames this season and give you a nice mixture of sandpaper and offensive productivity. I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be his father and score 50 goals and all that shit, but I think he's going to be a very, very good acquisition via the draft for this Calgary team. So we've talked about the forwards. Now they're D, who I really like. Ladislav Smid obviously suffered a career-ending injury. It's obviously unfortunate. He won't be playing this season. I just figured I'd start with that. But, you look at TJ Brody, Giordano, and Dougie Hamilton. Those top three are as good as any top three in the league. You factor in, a young kid like Yogi Pocket, who they got for Chris Russell at the deadline. And quite frankly, Yogi Pocket could end up having more of an impact this season than Russell does in Edmonton. Don't at me. You know what you're getting from those guys. Dougie Hamilton, I think, needs to sack up a little bit more. Not rely on mommy and daddy so much. I'm only going to sign with Calgary if they get my brother. Shit like that gets kind of old. So, I'd like to see Dougie Hamilton grow up a little bit. And it's weird. It's not so much an immaturity thing as much as it is, coming into his own and not being a little bitch 24/7 like he was in Boston with management. It comes off like he's being in Calgary with management and coaching. So, he's got all the talent, and I think he'll be I think he'll bounce back. Last year wasn't the ideal start to his days as a Calgary Flame, but this whole team is due for a big bounce back. And again, we're operating on the premise that Johnny Gaudreau's been signed. Kind of a big premise. So, their D is pretty good. Their goaltending is obviously a lot better. Of course, when you're jack shit, you can only go up from there. Brian Elliott was a nice acquisition. They didn't I don't say overspend to get themselves Ben Bishop, because supposedly Tampa wanted Sam Bennett, which is LOL hilarious for 1 year of Ben Bishop. Elliott, veteran, knows what he's doing, helped be part of that Blues revival in St. Louis. On the ice, not musical scene. So, again, I think this is not a foreign situation for him, and we'll see if he's able to parlay his strong play this season with the Flames into a contract extension, or if he goes free agency, or if he goes belly up and they have John Gillies come up. Gillies is their top goaltending prospect, one of the top goaltending prospects in hockey. Last year was his first year of pro hockey. He suffered an injury and missed most of the season. So he's got a lost year of development. He's got some catching up to do. Is Elliott a stopgap, or is Elliott the guy? I think Elliott's a little bit of both. I think right now he's the guy, but once Gillies is ready, it's going to be his crease, which essentially is a stopgap. So, contradicted yourself, dipshit. So, we'll see how that situation plays itself out. Chad Johnson's not a bad backup either, for what that's worth. So, again, operating under the premise. Oh, I left out Dennis Weidman. He's back too. I was blindsided by that Dennis Weidman information. I did not see that coming. That was intentional. But yeah, Weidman gives you a little bit of depth in on your blue line, and hopefully he's not assaulting any more officials. So, good forwards, really strong D, improved goaltending. Calgary will contend for a playoff spot. That's the way I'm looking at the situation. And I think, the coaching staff changed up a bit. I like Glenn Golitzin. I think he's, kind of a good fit with the direction of this team. And I think Makachuk, will have a very nice impact this year. And, definitely play a little bit of everywhere. Maybe play some third line minutes, see some second power play unit, and grow into his role as the season goes on. Anyway, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.